What if Earth runs out of room tomorrow? Yes, it's a scary thought. Too many people, not enough space. It's a big problem. But here's a wild fact. Jeff Bezos, a super rich man, says space can fit 1 trillion people. That's more than 100 times all the people on Earth now. Imagine a city bigger than New York and Tokyo together, floating among the stars. Crazy, right? Jeff's not just dreaming, he's building it. He started Amazon, the huge online shop, and got super rich. Now, he's got Blue Origin, his space company, sending rockets up high. I'm so excited to tell you his story. It's full of big wins, wild ideas, and a future in space. We're talking rockets landing like superheroes, trips to the moon, and homes above the clouds. This isn't just a story. It's a real adventure happening right now, in 2025. Jeff's making space travel easy, and I'll show you how, step by step. Plus, we'll learn English the fun way, through stories. Hello, friends. I'm Phoebe from Learn English with Stories 365. I love stories that make you go, wow. Today, we're blasting off with Jeff Bezos. Get ready for an awesome ride. We'll follow his journey from a smart kid to a space king. You'll learn fun English words and how Jeff's building a space future. Part 1's up now. Part 1. Who is Jeff Bezos? Imagine a boy who loves rockets and stars. That boy is Jeff Bezos. He was born in 1964 in America, in a place called Albuquerque. As a kid, he had big dreams. He didn't just play with toys, he wanted to fly to space. The word dream means something you really want to happen. Jeff's dream was space, and he never forgot it. He was super smart too. At school, he was the best in his class. His teachers said, "Wow, this boy is special." He loved science and machines. Even then, he knew he wanted to do something big. When Jeff grew up, he went to a great school called Princeton. He studied computers and engineering. Engineering is about building things, like rockets or bridges. After school, he worked hard in big cities like New York. He was good with money and ideas. Then, in 1994, he had a huge plan. He wanted to sell books on the internet. Back then, not many people used the internet. But Jeff saw the future. The word future means time that comes after today. He thought, this will be big. So, he started a company called Amazon. Amazon was small at first. Jeff worked in a little office with his wife. They sold books online, and people loved it. Soon, Amazon grew fast. It wasn't just books anymore. They sold toys, clothes, and even TVs. Jeff worked day and night. He was so busy, but he was happy. The word rich means having lots of money. Jeff got rich because Amazon got huge. By 2000, he was one of the richest men in the world. People said, Jeff Bezos is a king of business. But his heart was still in space. He never stopped thinking about rockets. Here's a fun fact. Jeff loved a TV show called Star Trek. It's about people flying to space and exploring new worlds. That show made him excited. He thought, I want to do that for real. So, in 2000, he decided to start something new. The word start means to begin something. Jeff started a company called Blue Origin. It wasn't about books or shopping. It was about space. He used his money from Amazon to make it happen. Blue Origin was his big dream coming true. Jeff had a wild idea with Blue Origin. He didn't just want to visit space. He wanted millions of people to live there. He said, Earth is great, but it's small. Space is big, really big. He thought space could be a new home for people. Imagine that. Cities in the sky, floating above the stars. Jeff wanted to build rockets to take us there. The word rocket means a big machine that flies to space. Rockets are tall and loud. They shoot up fast with fire and smoke. Jeff loved them since he was a boy. Building Blue Origin wasn't easy. Jeff needed smart people to help him. He found engineers and scientists. They worked together in a big building near Seattle. That's a city in America with rain and mountains. Jeff said, let's make space travel fun and safe. He had lots of money from Amazon, so he paid for everything. People watched him and said, is he crazy? But Jeff smiled. He knew this was his future. Why did Jeff love space so much? He thought Earth has problems. Too many people, not enough room. He said, space can fix that. He wanted to save Earth by moving some people up there. It's a huge idea, right? Jeff was rich, smart, and brave. He didn't just dream, he worked for it. In 2015, Blue Origin would show the world what it could do. But that's for later. Right now, picture a boy who loves stars. That boy grew up to change everything. Let's talk about those words again. Dream is something you want, like Jeff wanting space. Future is tomorrow and beyond. Jeff saw it coming. Rich is lots of money, and Jeff got super rich. Start is to begin, like starting Blue Origin. And rocket is that big flying machine. Aren't those fun words? Jeff's story is just beginning. He's a man with big plans. From a kid with dreams to a rich space hero, Jeff Bezos is amazing. Next, we'll see how Blue Origin flies. Get ready, it's going to be exciting. Part 2. Blue Origin begins. Jeff Bezos had a dream about space, and in 2000, he made it real. He started Blue Origin, his space company. It was a big moment. The word build means to make something, like a house or a rocket. Jeff wanted to build a way to space. He used his money from Amazon to pay for it. Amazon was huge by then, selling everything online. So, Jeff had lots of cash to play with. He said, let's go to the stars. People were excited, but some thought he was joking. Space is hard, right? But Jeff was serious. At first, Blue Origin was a secret. The word secret means something hidden from others. Jeff didn't tell the world much. He worked quietly in a big building near Seattle. That's a city with cool views and coffee everywhere. His team was small but smart. They had engineers who knew rockets and scientists who loved space. Jeff told them, we're building a road to space. He didn't want just one trip. He wanted space to be easy for everyone. Imagine that, a road up to the stars. For years, Blue Origin worked hard. They made plans and tested ideas. Jeff didn't rush. He said, we need to get this right. Then, in 2015, something big happened. They were ready to launch a rocket. The word launch means to send something up, like a rocket into space. They called this rocket New Shepard. It's named after an astronaut, Alan Shepard, who flew to space long ago. New Shepard was special. It could go up high and come back down safely. Jeff was so proud. On November 23rd, 2015, New Shepard flew for the first time. It shot up into the sky, fast and loud. Fire came out the bottom, and it roared like a dragon. It went past the clouds, almost to space. Then, something amazing happened. It came back down and landed perfectly. The word land means to come back to the ground. Most rockets crash or get lost after flying. But New Shepard didn't. It stood tall on the ground again, ready to fly another day. Jeff's team cheered and jumped. They did it. Jeff was there, watching it all. He smiled big and said, "This is history." He was right. New Shepard showed the world something new. It could fly up and land back down, like a plane, not a one-time rocket. Jeff called it reusable. That means it can go again and again. He said, "This is how we'll make space cheap." People started to believe him. Blue Origin wasn't a joke anymore. It was real, and it was exciting. Why was this landing so cool? Think about a toy plane. You fly it and it lands. Now imagine a giant rocket doing that. Jeff's team worked years to make it happen. The word team means a group working together. His team was like a family, smart and strong. They tested New Shepard many times after that. It flew again and again, proving it wasn't luck. Each time, it went up high and landed soft. Jeff said, "We're just starting." He had bigger plans coming. This was a huge win for Blue Origin. Other space companies, like NASA, used rockets that flew once and broke. Jeff wanted something better. He thought, if rockets can land, we can use them more. That's his big idea. Save money, go to space a lot. In 2015, people saw his dream coming true. New Shepard was small, but it was a first step. Jeff looked at the stars and said, "We're on our way." Let's talk about those words one more time. Build is to make something. Jeff built Blue Origin. Secret is hidden, like the early days of his company. Launch is sending a rocket up. New Shepard launched in 2015. Land is coming back down, and New Shepard landed perfectly. Team is a group, and Jeff's team was awesome. These words are fun, right? They tell us how Jeff started his space adventure. New Shepard was just the beginning. Next, Jeff takes a big leap into space himself. Get ready for an amazing ride. Part 3. Jeff flies to space. Jeff Bezos didn't just want to build rockets, he wanted to fly in them. After years of work with Blue Origin, he made a big decision. He said, "I'm going to space." This was huge news. It happened on July 20th, 2021. Jeff was ready to climb into his rocket, New Shepard. The word climb means to go up, like into a rocket or a tree. He didn't go alone. He took his brother, Mark, and 2 friends. One was an old pilot named Wally Funk, and the other was a young student, Oliver Damon. 4 people, one big adventure. The day came, and Jeff was excited. New Shepard stood tall in Texas, a hot place with big skies. Jeff and his team got ready. They wore blue suits and helmets. Cameras watched everything. People all over the world said, "Can Jeff really do this?" Then it was time. New Shepard's engines started. Fire shot out, and up it went. It flew fast past the blue sky. The word sky means the blue above us. They went higher and higher, 100 kilometers up. That's past where planes fly. They were in space. When they got there, something amazing happened. They started to float. The word float means to move lightly in air or water. Inside New Shepard, Jeff and his friends weren't sitting. They were flying around, laughing and playing. No gravity held them down. They looked out the window and saw Earth. It was a big blue ball, so pretty. Jeff said, "Wow, this is incredible." They floated for 3 minutes. 3 minutes in space, short, but so cool. They felt like superheroes. Then, it was time to come back. New Shepard turned around. It fell back to Earth, but not too fast. A parachute opened to slow it down. The rocket landed soft in the desert, just like before. The word prove means to show something is true. Jeff proved New Shepard works. It went up, they floated, and it came back safe. The team on the ground cheered loud. Jeff climbed out and shouted, "Best day ever." He was so happy. The word happy means feeling good inside. His dream came true. He flew to space. This trip was special for Jeff. He waited his whole life for it. Since he was a boy watching Star Trek, he wanted this. Now, at 57 years old, he did it. His brother Mark hugged him. Wally Funk, who was 82, smiled big. She waited 60 years to go to space. Oliver, just 18, was amazed. For different people, all happy together. Jeff said, "This is for everyone who loves space." He wanted to share the fun. Why was this a big deal? Jeff wasn't just a boss. He was a space traveler now. He showed the world New Shepard is safe. People could fly in it, not just astronauts. He said, "Space is for all of us." After this, Blue Origin started planning more trips. Jeff proved his rocket could take regular people up. It wasn't just a test, it was a promise. He wanted space to feel close, not far away. The landing was perfect too. New Shepard came down smooth, like a bird. Dust flew up in the desert, but the rocket stood strong. Jeff's team ran to meet them. They opened the door, and Jeff jumped out, laughing. He said, "We're going to do this a lot." People watching TV clapped at home. Jeff wasn't alone anymore. Everyone felt the excitement. His trip made space real. Let's go over those words again. Climb is going up. Jeff climbed into New Shepard. Sky is the blue above. They flew past it. Float is moving light. They floated in space. Prove is showing it's true. Jeff proved his rocket works. Happy is feeling good. Jeff was so happy. These words make this story fun, right? Jeff flew to space and came back a hero. Next, he's got an even bigger rocket. It's going to be wild. Part 4. New Glenn takes off. Jeff Bezos didn't stop with New Shepard. He had a bigger dream, a giant rocket. In 2025, that dream came true with New Glenn. This rocket is huge, and it flew for the first time on January 16th. It launched from Florida, a sunny place with beaches and space dreams. The word giant means very, very big. New Glenn is a giant. It's taller than a 30-story building. Jeff said, "This is our next step to space." People watched, amazed, as it roared into the sky. Fire and smoke shot out, and up it went. New Glenn is different from New Shepard. New Shepard went up and down, just to the edge of space. But New Glenn can go to orbit. The word orbit means a path around Earth or a planet. That's way higher. It can stay up there, circling our world. Jeff wanted a rocket that could do more. New Glenn can take big things to space, not just people. It's strong and ready for big jobs. On that first flight, it carried a test load and worked perfectly. Here's the cool part. New Glenn is reusable. The word reusable means able to be used again. After it flew, the bottom part came back to Earth. It landed on a big boat in the ocean. Jeff said, "We catch it like this. Most rockets fall and break, but New Glenn lands soft. It can fly again and again. This saves money and makes space easier." Jeff cheered with his team. They watched it land and shouted, "Yes." It was a huge win. What does New Glenn carry? The word carry means to take something somewhere. On later flights, it'll carry satellites, machines that fly around Earth. These help with TV, phones, and internet. Jeff's company, Amazon, has a project called Kuiper. The word project means a big plan or job. Kuiper will send thousands of satellites to space. They'll give internet to everyone, even faraway places. New Glenn is perfect for this. It's strong enough to lift lots of satellites at once. Building New Glenn took years. Jeff started it back in 2012. His team worked hard in big factories. They made engines, 7 of them for each rocket. Those engines are loud and powerful. By 2025, they were ready. The launch on January 16th was a test, but it went so well. New Glenn flew up, dropped its load, and came back. People said, "Jeff did it again." He smiled and said, "This is just the start." He wants New Glenn to fly a lot. Why is this rocket so exciting? It's not just big, it's smart. Reusable rockets change everything. Jeff thinks space should be cheap. If rockets fly again and again, it costs less. Imagine buying a bike you ride once, then throw away. That's old rockets. New Glenn is like a bike you keep forever. Jeff's team tested it more after January. Each flight showed it works. People started to dream bigger because of it. New Glenn's launch was loud and bright. Crowds in Florida clapped as it went up. Kids waved and cameras flashed. Jeff watched from the ground, proud as ever. He said, "We're building a space future. This rocket isn't just for fun, it's for work. Satellites, science, and maybe people later." Blue Origin grew stronger with New Glenn. Jeff proved he's not slowing down. Let's talk about those words one more time. Giant is very big. New Glenn is a giant rocket. Orbit is a path around Earth. New Glenn goes there. Reusable means used again. It lands and flies more. Carry is to take something. New Glenn carries satellites. Project is a big plan. Kuiper is Jeff's project. These words make this story awesome, right? New Glenn is flying high now. Next, Jeff's dreaming of the moon. It's going to be out of this world. Part 5. Moon Dreams and Beyond. Jeff Bezos loves rockets, but he's got an even bigger dream, the moon. He's building something called Blue Moon. It's a lander, and it's going to take people to the moon soon. The word lander means a machine that lands on a planet. Blue Moon is big and strong. Jeff started this plan years ago, and now it's real. He's working with NASA, America's space team. They want to go back to the moon by 2029. Jeff said, "Let's make it happen." Imagine stepping on the moon. Jeff's making that possible. Blue Moon isn't like New Shepard or New Glenn. It's made to land soft on the moon's surface. It can carry people and things like machines or food. Jeff showed it to the world in 2019. It looked shiny and tall. He said, "This will take us to the moon and stay there." NASA liked the idea. They picked Blue Origin to help. In 2025, Jeff's team is busy building it. They're testing parts to make sure it works. Soon, it'll fly with New Glenn and land on the moon. How cool is that? Jeff doesn't stop with landing. He dreams of homes in space. He wants to build stations. The word station means a place in space to live or work. These stations would float above Earth or near the moon. People could live there, like in a city. Jeff said, "Earth is special." The word special means different and important. He loves Earth, but he thinks it's getting full. Too many people, not enough room. Space stations could fix that. He wants millions to live up there one day. Picture this, big round stations spinning in space. They'd have trees, houses, and even rivers inside. Jeff says, "We'll make gravity so it feels like home." The word home means where you live. He's got wild ideas, right? The word wild means crazy and exciting. He thinks space homes will save Earth. We'd use the sun's energy up there and keep Earth green. Jeff's been talking about this since he was young. Now, with Blue Origin, he's starting to build it. Why the moon first? Jeff says it's close and useful. It's only 3 days away by rocket. We could build things there, like stations or bases. The moon has stuff we can use, like water and ice. Jeff's team wants to turn that into fuel for rockets. Blue Moon will help start this. In 2029, it'll land with people. Maybe astronauts, maybe regular folks like us. Jeff said, "The moon is our next step." He's so excited to see it happen. This dream is huge, but Jeff's ready. Blue Origin is growing fast in 2025. New Glenn flies and Blue Moon is coming. Jeff's got money and smart people helping. He said, "Space is for everyone." He wants kids to dream of living up there. Imagine looking out your window and seeing Earth or the moon. That's Jeff's future. He's not just playing, he's planning. Stations could hold thousands, maybe millions one day. It's like a new world. Jeff's ideas make people think big. Some say, "Can he really do this?" But Jeff smiles and says, yes. He's already gone to space and landed rockets. The moon is next, then stations. Every step gets us closer. In 2025, Blue Moon is almost ready. Jeff's team works day and night. They're testing it so it's safe. He wants us all to cheer when it lands. It's not just his dream, it's ours too. Let's go over those words again. Lander is a machine that lands. Blue Moon is a lander. Station is a space place to live. Jeff wants stations. Special is important. Earth is special to Jeff. Home is where you live. Space could be home. Wild is crazy and fun. Jeff's ideas are wild. These words make this story amazing, don't they? Jeff's taking us to the moon and beyond. Next, we'll see his challenges and wins. It's going to be a blast. Part 6. Challenges and Wins. Jeff Bezos is building a space future, but it's not always easy. Blue Origin had big dreams, rockets, moon trips, and space homes. But sometimes things went wrong. The word slow means not fast. Blue Origin was slow compared to SpaceX, Elon Musk's space company. SpaceX flew more and faster. Jeff started Blue Origin in 2000, but it took years to launch New Shepard. SpaceX was already sending stuff to space stations. People said, "Jeff's too slow." He didn't like that, but he kept going. He said, "We'll get there." Then, a big problem hit. In 2022, a New Shepard rocket failed. The word fail means when something doesn't work. It launched, but something broke. Fire shot out wrong and it crashed. No people were inside, just machines, so no one got hurt. But Jeff's team was sad. They worked so hard, and now this. Jeff said, "Don't worry, we'll fix it." The word fix means to repair something. They stopped flying for a while. Engineers checked everything. They found the problem and made it better. Jeff didn't give up. He's tough. By 2023, New Shepard flew again. It worked. It went up and landed safe, just like before. Jeff smiled and said, "We're back." People cheered. That crash was a challenge, but fixing it was a win. Blue Origin showed they could keep going. Then, in 2025, New Glenn took off. That giant rocket launched perfect on January 16th. It was a hit. The word hit means a big success. New Glenn landed on a boat and proved Jeff's big ideas work. 2 rockets, 2 wins. Jeff faced other challenges too. Some people didn't believe in him. They said, "Space is too hard." NASA picked SpaceX for moon trips first, not Blue Origin. Jeff was mad, but he fought back. He said, "We'll show them." His team kept building Blue Moon. In 2025, NASA said yes to Blue Moon 2. Jeff's hard work paid off. He turned tough times into good ones. Every step forward was a win. Here's something exciting. In 2025, Jeff's planning a special trip. He wants to send famous women to space with New Shepard. Names like Katy Perry and Serena Williams might go. Imagine that. Pop stars and athletes floating above Earth. Jeff said, "Space is for everyone." This trip will be a hit too. It shows Blue Origin isn't just for science, it's for fun. After the 2022 crash, people doubted Jeff. Now, they're excited again. He's proving space is close. Every challenge made Jeff stronger. The word step means one part of a journey. Each crash, each fix, each launch was a step. New Shepard's crash was a low step, but fixing it was high. New Glenn's flight was a giant step. Jeff said, "We learn from mistakes." His team got better every time. In 2025, Blue Origin is flying high. They're not slow anymore, they're winning. Jeff's dreams of moon landings and space stations feel real now. Think about this. Old rockets crashed and broke. Jeff's land and fly again. That's a huge win. People see Blue Origin and say, "Wow, Jeff's not racing SpaceX anymore. He's building his own path." New Glenn carries satellites, Blue Moon aims for the moon, and New Shepard takes people up. Each win brings Jeff closer to his big dream, millions living in space. He's happy, and his team is too. Let's talk about those words again. Slow is not fast. Blue Origin was slow at first. Fail is when it doesn't work. The 2022 crash failed. Fix is to repair. They fixed New Shepard. Hit is a success. New Glenn was a hit. Step is part of a journey. Every step counts. These words tell Jeff's story, don't they? He faced tough times and won big. Next, we'll see what's coming for Jeff. It's going to be amazing. Part 7. What's next for Jeff? Jeff Bezos has done so much New Shepard, New Glenn, Blue Moon. But he's not done yet. In 2025, he's got big plans. He wants more trips with New Glenn. That giant rocket will fly again and again, carrying satellites and maybe people soon. Jeff said, "We're making space cheap." The word cheap means not costing much. He thinks space should cost less so everyone can go. New Glenn lands and flies more, saving money. Jeff's team is busy planning new launches. Each trip makes space feel closer. Then, there's Blue Moon. Jeff's lander will take people to the moon by 2029. He's working with NASA to get ready. In 2025, they're testing it more. Jeff said, "The moon is our next home." He wants bases there, places to live and work. Imagine sleeping on the moon. Blue Moon will carry machines first, then people. Jeff's so excited. He thinks the moon will help us build bigger things, like stations in space. Every flight gets us closer to that dream. Here's something wild. In spring 2025, Jeff's sending an all-women crew to space. The word crew means a group on a mission. Famous women like Katy Perry and Serena Williams might fly with New Shepard. They'll float above Earth, just like Jeff did. He said, "Space is open to all." The word open means available to everyone. This trip will be fun and big news. Picture a singer and a tennis star in space. Amazing. Jeff wants everyone to see space is for them too. Jeff's biggest dream is growing. The word grow means to get bigger. He wants space stations, huge homes floating above Earth. These stations could hold thousands, maybe millions one day. He said, "Earth stays green, and we live up there." In 2025, he's starting small steps for this. New Glenn and Blue Moon are part of it. Jeff thinks we'll use the sun's energy in space. It's a crazy plan, but he's serious. His team is drawing pictures of these stations now. Why does Jeff want this? He says Earth is special, but it's full. Space has room, lots of room. He imagines 1 trillion people living up there. That's more than 100 times Earth's people now. Jeff said, "We'll make it happen." He's got money, rockets, and big ideas. In 2025, Blue Origin is strong. New Glenn flies, Blue Moon's coming, and New Shepard takes crews up. Jeff's not stopping, he's speeding up. Every launch makes his dream grow. What's it like to imagine this? The word imagine means to picture in your mind. Close your eyes. See a giant station spinning in space. Houses, parks, and schools inside. Rockets like New Glenn fly people there. Blue Moon lands on the moon nearby. Jeff says, "This is our future." He wants kids to dream big too. Maybe you'll live in space one day. In 2025, he's showing us it's possible. His all-women crew is just the start. More trips are coming. Jeff's team is busy every day. They're building, testing, and flying. He said, "We're opening space." That word open fits perfect. Space isn't just for astronauts now. It's for singers, players, and you. Jeff's wins, like New Glenn's launch and Blue Moon's plans, make people believe. He faced crashes and slow times, but now he's winning big. 2025 is his year to shine. He's happy and the world's watching. Let's talk about those words again. Cheap is not costing much. Jeff wants cheap space trips. Crew is a group. His all-women crew is cool. Open is for everyone. Space is open now. Grow is getting bigger. Jeff's dream grows fast. Imagine is picturing it. Imagine space homes. These words are fun, right? Jeff's taking us to the stars. This is his next chapter, and it's huge. Get ready for the end. It's going to be awesome. Conclusion. Wow, what an adventure we've had with Jeff Bezos. We started with a boy who loved stars and rockets. That boy grew up to be Jeff, a super rich man with big dreams. He built Amazon and got rich, but his heart was always in space. Then, he started Blue Origin. We saw New Shepard fly up and land soft. Amazing. Jeff even flew in it himself, floating above Earth. He shouted, "Best day ever." We cheered with him. His trip made space feel real for everyone. Then, things got bigger. New Glenn took off in 2025, a giant rocket that lands on boats. It's carrying satellites and making space cheaper. Jeff didn't stop there. He's building Blue Moon to land on the moon by 2029. We dreamed of moon bases and space stations, huge homes in the sky. Jeff said, "Earth is special, but space is our future." We faced challenges with him too. A crash in 2022 made us nervous, but Jeff fixed it. New Glenn's big win showed he never gives up. Now, in 2025, Jeff's planning more. An all-women crew will fly soon, stars like Katy Perry in space. He's opening space to everyone, step by step. We imagine stations with millions living up there. Jeff's rockets are flying high, and his dreams are growing fast. You learned 35 new words with me: dream, rocket, launch, orbit, and so many more. You're amazing for sticking with this story. Jeff's journey took us from Earth to the stars, and you came along. This isn't just Jeff's story, it's yours too. Stories make English fun, don't they? You practiced listening and learned cool things. Jeff started as a kid with a dream, just like you might have one. Maybe you want to fly to space or build something big. Jeff shows us anything is possible. He worked hard, faced tough times, and kept going. Now, he's changing the future. You can change yours too, with English and big ideas. What did you love most? New Shepard landing? New Glenn's giant flight? Or dreaming of the moon? Jeff's story is wild and exciting. It's not over. He's got more to do. In 2025, he's testing Blue Moon and flying crews. Space is closer because of him. You're closer to English too. Every word you learned is a step. Keep practicing, keep dreaming. You're a star in my book. Let's make this fun last. Tell me in the comments, would you fly with Jeff? Picture yourself floating in New Shepard or landing on the moon. I'd love to know. If you liked this, hit that like button. It helps me a lot. Subscribe to Learn English with Stories 365 so you don't miss more adventures. We've got stories about space, heroes, and so much more coming up. You're part of this family now. Thanks for joining me on this cosmic ride. Jeff Bezos is building a space future, and you're learning English through it. What a team we are. I'm so proud of you. Keep watching, keep learning, and keep dreaming big. Maybe one day, you'll tell your own story in English. See you next time, space friends. Bye for now, and fly high.